welcome to Hixie Studio here on Facebook on the Hixie Crafts page, or if you are watching us on our Hixie Studio YouTube channel, welcome to everybody. Please remember, if you're on the page, to click the like button, and then you'll get all updates of when we're going live. And also follow us on our YouTube channel for all the videos, because I make other videos other than the ones we do on the live. So today I have 4 projects for you. These 3 here all use one die set and a couple of 3D pop-outs. They're all from the Amy Design Colourful Feathers collection. So I'm going to put those to one side. We'll do those in a minute. And we're going to start with this one. Bear with me while I just put all these things in the right boxes. Oh, and I'm not... Sorry, I've disappeared already. I'm back. We're going to start with this one. Now, I haven't got the belly band on there, but this is a fold-back gatefold card with a belly band. And for this one, we're using 2 dice sets from Precious Mariecki. It's from the Cuddling on the Farm. Oh, it's all got stuck to the back of the thing. Cuddling on the Farm collection. This one is the wheat border, and this one is the chicken wire frame. So we're going to use both of those to help us create this fold back gatefold card. It opens like that, and you can write your little message in there, and then it closes, and then the belly band goes over the top. I'm not going to put that on just yet, because I want to be able to show you which bits I'm doing. So we need to start with the actual card. Now this is obviously longer than a piece of A4, so if you don't have A3 card, then we need to be able to look at how to create this just using A4 cards. So what I've got here are 3 pieces of card. Okay, and you can see they're all the same height, and I have got my measurements here just because I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. So they are all 5 1/4 high. This one, the width is 4 3/4, and this is the back of the card. So this bit is this bit here, and then these 2 bits form our sides, these bits that are going to be folded over. So these need to be scored. So we're going to do that. Let's put that out of the way, and we'll bring in a scoreboard and my scoring tool set. These need to be scored. Oh, if I can pick them up. So we need to score this at 3 inches. And then I'm going to turn it round. Make sure I've got that in the right place. And then I'm going to turn it round, and I'm going to score it at 3/8. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same with the other piece. I'm going to score it at 3 inches. And then I'm going to turn it round on my board, and I'm going to score it at 3/8. Okay, so that's my scoring done. We're going to grab our bone folder, and I'm going to go that way with that one, and then I'm going to come in with this one. Do please pop onto the comments and say hi or ask any questions. It's just nice to know that people are out there watching. And if you don't have time to watch the whole lot, then the videos will go up individually for each project next week on to the YouTube channel. Okay, so here are the 2 side pieces. Okay, and this piece, let's get it out the right way, this piece will then sit in here. Okay, so it's going to open like that. So we're going to stick these down and get these, so this is going to be dry. Now, as you can see, I've just sprung the original one in. You can see these bits, and if you don't like that, you can always put something over the back to hide those. But I tend to think people don't tend to necessarily look at the back of your card. So I'm not going to worry too much. So I'm going to open these 2 pieces out, and I'm going to get my glue, excuse me, And I'll put some glue down there, and we'll stick that piece there. Okay, and then glue on this piece here, and then this piece is going to stick on there. Make sure it's lined up. There we go. So that's our base card made. And I'm going to put that to one side so that that will be dry by the time we come to put other things on. So let's have a look at the dies that we're going to use. And I'll explain where each bit comes from. So these two bits on the front here are using the wheat border die and the little extra flower die that comes here to create these. And then all of this is using this die here. So we'll create the frame there. The bit that comes out of the middle we'll use here. I already have one. That's what comes out of the middle. I already have one of these from when I did another project I did in cream. So I've got the cream bits for there already. And I already have that one cut, but I need to cut this decorative one in this. Now this card, this coppery colour card, is from Centura Metallics. It's the, I think, just bear with me, look at my notes. It is the, oh, I don't know. I've lost my notes. I think it's the precious golds as opposed to the precious metals. So I'm pretty sure it is in that one. So I need to cut that die from there. I need to cut my wheat border in brown. And we may not put all of these on at the same time because particularly this die needs a fair bit of pressure to cut. So, and I need, what else do I need? I need the frame in brown. So put that on here. And I'm going to cut one of the flowers out. Now, I have to be perfectly honest with you with this. Sometimes you just want them to give you a couple of these rather than just one, but it is worth the time to cut them out. Okay, and I'm just hoping I've got everything I need. I think that's all. So let's load our plates up with our dies. We're gonna go now. This card is quite heavyweight, so I'm going to do this one on its own. Actually, no, I will do it with these because these will go through. A pair of scissors. We don't need all of that card. But it is highly likely that we will need to turn this again to cut it. Now I could, excuse me, I could add in the magnetic shim on this Gemini, but I think it's too much pressure, and I'm not too worried about doing 2 passes with this, just to make sure everything is cut. Okay, so that's going through, and we'll do this one in a moment. Let's see if this is how well this is cut or not. Okay, let's just turn it over and have a look. Okay, so you can see it's cut fine here and at the ends. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it round that way. That one's fine. That one's fine. So I'm going to turn that through that way. See how we go with that. Oh, this gives a lovely stitched edge there from the Centura. cutter. And you can see now that it's cut all over. It's worth that extra. I do need to play it again, don't I? Worth the extra time going through it twice. So we're going to do our wheat border die, and again this could end up with a similar sort of thing, but we'll see how we go. Okay, so I've got I've got the little flower cut there. See how we've done, whether we need to go again. Not sure that's quite cut. So what I'm going to do, because it was that way, I'm going to turn it sort of that way, and we'll shove it through once more. Shove it through. Pass it through. Shove it through. Although sometimes it does feel like I'm shoving it in. Okay, so while that's going through, I'm going to pop out the little flower. And you will need to cut quite a few of those. Let me see, how many did I cut? 6. You'll need to cut 6 in, or I cut, you will need to, depending on what colours you are. I've cut 6 in the ivory. That's looking better. 6 in the ivory, and I cut 6 in the Centura metallic. Okay, to create what I wanted on there. Right, let's release the dies. Okay, let's get that out. We'll clean that another time. And going to cut that there. No, I must remember what I did. I'm going to put that back in, because actually what I did, if I can get that to go back in, just going to cut that off there. I actually used the edge of the die to cut the edge, so that I had a straight edge, and then the other one will be the same size. So it's worth remembering that, which I almost didn't. Okay, and let's just make sure we've got all the bits popped out. A few little bits there. Possibly. There we go. Push those through. Oh, I'm just holding on. I'm just going to do it. Oh, now that's me. I managed to put my pokey tool through it rather than poking the things through. I poked it through the middle of it. And that one. No, that one's come out. These ones are hanging on a little bit. That one's out. And that one. There we go. There's our little wheat border. And you will need 2 of those. I've already cut one. One goes that way, and then one goes. Is that right? Or did I turn it over? Oh, it looks like I turned it over. Ah, yes. Now I do. Yeah. I do apologise. I did the prep for this a little while ago, and I just remember what I did. So I kind of wanted it symmetrical, so I've cut it twice. One there, and then the other one will turn over. And you might think, oh, but look at those. Well, those will disappear behind the little flowers that you have cut there. So it won't look any different. In fact, it didn't look any different, which is why I got myself confused. Okay, so we need 2 of those. We need to get the frame out. Get our frame out here. Stuck with tape. Don't throw this piece away, because you need it. And then this one has got loads of little pieces, so I would suggest, if you see they're already pinging off, keeping the die quite close to your board or table or whatever you're doing it on when you're rolling them out, because they do have a tendency to ping off all over the place. Okay, that's the bulk of those out. Let's get the dye out. Not lose that little dye. Oh, that little flower. Where's me? Oh, yay. Oh, there it is, the pokey tool. Okay, so we're just going to release this from the dye. It is quite intricate, so just be careful. If you release on one corner and then very gently pull it through. Okay, and then we'll just side. We'll just push those out. Those come up there, and that one, and those two there, and then these bits here. Oh, a little bit caught. That'll come out. There we go. And it's one of those ones that possibly a third run through might have helped with that, but not to worry, they're out. Okay, so we have our frame. I'm seeing all the little bits now. Let's get rid of all our mess. All our little bits. They mess. Some people might keep those for a shaker car. Right, so I think we've got all the bits cut, but I just want to explain about the flowers. Now, the flowers, and you can see here, I have got the sort of ivory outer edge, and they've got the metallic centre. So I want to show you what I did. Now this is just me faffing really, because I just wanted that contrast. You don't have to. You could put jewels or flat back pearls or something else in the centre or colour them. I just kind of like the effect that this gave. So I literally have got my smallest punch. This is really old. It's a really old X-Cut one, and it's the small one, the smallest one. And it is a little bit of a faff, but a faff that I think is worth it. So, as I said, you'll need 6 in base colour. For me was ivory, and then 6 in whatever you want for the centre. And you need to put your little flower into your punch and just fill it round until the centre is in the centre of the punch. Okay, and then your punch, which leaves you with the circle. Okay, and oh, excuse me, which will go on there. Okay, now you can see we've got 6 of those, but you can see I then used the bit that was left from the punching, and so I need to punch 2 ivory circles. So I've got a little bit of the ivory here, and so this one's easy. You don't have to worry about lining that up. Just 1, 2 pieces like that. Okay, so those 2 will go and paper piece in with those when we assemble, but I'm going to stick this one on now so that I know that it's ready. So I'm just going to get my glue and put my glue here, and okay, so there are my 6 flowers and my 2 little bits that are going to go in there. Excellent. So let's bring all our bits and pieces in now and see what we need. So here's my card. So I need my matte and layered. So I've already got those cut. So I've used the ivory and the metallic. So let's get all of this stuck on. Oh look, nice little arrow. Sometimes it's obvious which way up it goes, sometimes it isn't, and I get myself in a pickle. So putting arrows, it's not just something I do for prep. I do that when I'm just making my ordinary cards. As I'm cutting my mats and layers, I go, oh, that needs to go that way. And stick a little arrow on the back. Okay, so there's my home there, and my frame is going to go on there. And in a minute, I'm going to use some spray adhesive with this one because it's quite intricate. So we'll stick that on in a moment, and then we've got our mats and layers for the end panels here. Let's stick those on too. There, on this one. I mean, you could add a bit of embossing with a bit of an embossing folder if you like. Woo! Glue everywhere. Not to worry. Oh, no, yeah, not to worry. And then she rubs it all the way down the card. Yay. And then this one on this side. There. And the like so. Right, let's get the spray out. I'm using Crafted Companion sticker today. Oh, bear with me. Buried me. Spray box. Right, so I just find sometimes, not all the time, quite a lot of the time, I'm quite happy to use my fine applicator, but there are just sometimes something like this when a spray glue is that much quicker and actually more effective. So I'm just going to spray there to, oh, there you go, didn't have a nozzle around, there we go. And I'm terrible, I always put too much of this stuff on. It's like, oh, just about 30 seconds to let itself get ready to be able to stick. While that's doing that, we will have a look at our borders here. So we've got one to go there and one that's flipped to go on there. So let's stick, no, actually I reckon this will be ready. Let's stick this down first before I forget and then end up putting my arm in it. So there is our frame. Okay, put it in like that. Excellent. Right, so I'm gonna get my very fine one. Do these little bits. Right. There we go. Doesn't need to be totally covered, just little dabs on these little bits, just to make sure that they don't sort of lift up and move around, which is what you do not want. There you go. So that is going to go on this one. Just there. Move over a little bit. And then this one, oh, get the eye. This one is going to go this way. It's just a matter of remembering to flip that one. I think when I first did it, I did just keep it the same way up and turned it that way, but I didn't like it. It looks much better being symmetrical. Sometimes I can deal with kind of random and offset, but sometimes my head just needs things to be symmetrical, and this one just needed it to be symmetrical. I think because everything else in the card is, it just didn't kind of look right with this one not being. A few more dibs and dabs. So this one is going to go on here, like so. And we'll put the flowers on at the end. Let's deal with the rest of the middle. So I have this one, which is cut with the smaller die from the set, that's going to go in there. Ooh, excuse me. Excuse my glue, should I say. That's going to go in there. And that's where you can write your message, put your sentiment. Then we've got these three. So this is the waste from here. This is also the waste from when I cut it out of ivory card for another project. Or if you do it for this card, you could use the frame for another project. And then this is what I cut the smaller die from the Centura. So the first thing I want to do, and I'm going to do it with my ruler and knife, because it's just easier than trying to line it up on a guillotine. I'm just going to cut this in half. And it's totally symmetrical, so it doesn't matter which corner to which corner. So I'm just going to use my knife to just cut that in half. And so these are going to stick like this. Now obviously the brown one is the same size as that, so if you cut it in half, then it's going to be too big. So if we have a look at how whereabouts I cut it, so I cut it sort of down there. But actually, let's do this one first. I've just realised I'm getting ahead of myself. This is the next one, and this will fit, so that will nest inside. So we cut this one straight in half. Cut this one straight down the middle, just like we did with the ivory one. Oh, right, my knife slipped, but hopefully that won't notice too much. Yeah, my knife just slipped, you can see there. But we'll live with it, we'll live with it. So that one's going to go there. And that one's going to go there. I haven't stuck any of this down yet. And so if I just grab this one back, you'll be able to see. That's why I have cut this one. I'm going to get a pencil to just mark it. I'm going to cut it pretty much there. So let's do that. And if you want to make sure you are cutting sort of straight, you can kind of line it up with your grid lines. Hopefully we'll be straight. Here and there. Right, let's try not to let my knife slip this time. That's that one. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this one to mark where I want to cut on this side. I'm just going to put a little line there, a little line there, and cut down there. Okay, so those are my two bits. We don't need this bit. Let's put the blade back on the knife, put that away. Okay, so we should now have all the rest of our pieces to I have 6 flowers and I have those. Right, yes. Oh, that was close. It was close. Oh, very close this bit. Whew. Right, let's get this assembled. Okay, so this one first. And I'm going to put it not quite to the crease line, because obviously that we don't want it to crease. And we can line it up with the point of where you've got the frame, and then it will look nice and sort of neatly positioned. We'll do the same with the ivory one on this side. Just line it up with there. Oh, I'm getting glue. A bit gluey everywhere. Right, the next one is our metallic, and that one goes just inside like that. And the same on the other side. There. And then the brown. Okay, so we're almost finished with this, and then the last thing after this, whoa, glue everywhere, is how to make the belly band so that it fits. So we'll have a look at how to do that in a moment. There we go. And then I'm going to put the pin back in that, and I'm going to use my smaller glue. Right, so we've got our 6 flowers, and they are going to go on the corresponding places on the wheat border. So on there, on there, on there. Move my pencil away. One there, one there, and one there. So you've got that and that. And I'm not worrying. Ooh, well, I am worrying if I'm getting it upside down. What I was about to say was I'm not worrying if I'm lining them up with where the brown is cut. If it's not lined up, it will give it kind of a drop shadow. So it's all good. We're missing one. Where's it gone? We had 6 just now, didn't we? It'll be somewhere. I'm not gonna panic. It will be somewhere. It's either caught on me. I've got a big jumper on because it's cold in here. I'm not. It will appear probably on the floor by now. Not going to worry. So I am putting a little bit of glue around the edge of that. I'm putting that one on there. Same on this one. It'll probably appear when I'm doing another project in a minute. So hopefully at least by the end of the Facebook Live, we might have got it back. Right, and then I'm going to put some glue in there and in there. And oh, there we go. Just put the thing back in there for the moment. And then these are going to go in, and should be quite comfortable that they'll fit because they were punched with the same hole punch. So that one will fit in there, and that one will fit in there. Right, we'll put that to the side and hope that the flower turns up. I'm just going to put the scale on the floor. Ah, there it is. Just knocking other things over at the same time, but I found it. So let's stick that one on there. Right, all flowers. Phew! Right, the belly band. So you need, when you cut your pieces for the base card, you will end up with kind of strips left. So what you need is a strip that is the length of an A4 piece of card and 1 inch wide. And you need also another piece, also 1 inch wide, but just 2 inches. And we need to score on the band. And we're going to score 2 3/4 from each end. 2 3/4 from that end. And 2 3/4 from that end. Okay. Let me fold those over. Give them a little bit of a burnish. Okay, and this should be wide enough for our card, but you see we've got a gap. So this is why we need this piece. So I'm going to stick it underneath like so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bit of glue on each end here and a bit of glue on each end of that, and then it will stick either end. And the join, I'm not too worried about the join. The join will be at the front, but it will be covered, if I get the other one, no idea where the belly band of the other one's gone. It'll be covered by the bow. So I'm just going to stick that in there and press that down. So you've got glue here and here. So that is now stuck. Okay. Right. So we have a piece of ribbon that will go all the way around this. And then I have a bow. This is what I was trying to explain. This will go all the way around, and then the bow, because it sits there, masks the fact that you've got a join in that piece of card. So I know this is still wet, and I would probably have preferred to have done it when it was dry, but we're going to go. I've got some quite wide red liner tape. That will also help to keep that in place, and I'm going to wrap it all the way around. I mean, you could be less extravagant than me and just put bits, but I just find it's easiest to do it all in one piece. And give it a good press down to make sure that the tape is really stuck. And I'm going to lift this end. Now I've started the tape to the side of the thing, but I want to start my ribbon. I want to start my ribbon actually on that bit. Okay. So we're going to just place that there. And then just pull a little bit more off. And then put that there. Pull that there. Pull that to there. And then I'm just going to snip that piece of ribbon off like so. Okay. Oh, everything's sticking to me. And then our bow is just going to sit on here, and it will cover up our join. Okay, so we're gonna I'm thinking I might actually put a bit more red liner on there to stick that. At home I probably would use 3D glue gel, but it'll take a little while, and what I want to be able to show you is putting it on the card. And if I've got 3D glue gel on, it's not gonna like that at all. Okay, and then so we put our bow there. So there's our belly band. So now we have our card and we have our belly band, and hopefully if I've left, I haven't glued it all together, which I nearly did by the look of it, then your belly band will sit over your card and we'll hold it down like so. Okay, so that is our fold back gatefold card, and we used 2 die sets. We used, well, they're all mixed up I'm afraid at the minute. We used the chicken wire frame from Precious Mariecki's Cuddling on the Farm, and then we used, here it is, the wheat border from the same collection. So 2 dies from the same collection. Not at all farm related, the card, but the whole collection is a farm landscape scene that we've made a video with this morning. So yeah, there's a whole sort of range of dies within that lovely little collection. Okay, so that is number 1. So let's just put that to one side. Let's put that over there and pack ourselves away. Ready for number 2. So the next, there's the other band. The next 3 are all using, they all use this die set in one way or another, and this is the not Precious Mariecki, sorry, that was the last lot. This is Amy Design. This is the Colourful Feathers. And there are a whole load of dies in this range. There's some parrots. This one's the peacock. So we're using the peacock one, and we're using some of the 3D push-outs in the next 3 demos. So what you get with this one is you get the tail. And I think this is a really, really good way of doing it, because it's enabled me to use this die in 2 completely different ways other than with a peacock. Then you get this little bit, which is the bit that sort of goes there, and then you get the sort of the actual bird itself, so it all fits together like that. And so for this card, this is an easel card, I have used the die set as it's intended for making a peacock. And when I saw it, I knew that I wanted to do a circle easel card. So I'm not going to fuss too much about the easel card itself. I'll just quickly go through that. But I want to show you how I coloured in the peacock itself. So to make the easel card, I have used a large circle die. If you fold an A4 piece in half and then just hang the die off the end and run it through your machine, it should cut like that. Then you just need to score this in half, which I haven't done, because this will then fold. So this is roughly, I'd say if we go roughly there, one of those sort of by eye things, and it doesn't actually matter if it's not exactly in half. It's not going to be the end of the world. So this bit folds down, and then the other bits from here, we've got the circle bit that fits onto here. Okay, and then I've got I've cut a scallop circle, another circle from patterned, and another circle there. That will all go on here, which I'll actually stick on in a moment. And then similar, but I didn't bother embossing this bit. This bit will go in here. So let's just put that together, and then that's the easel part done. I will put probably some pictures on my on a blog of this if you are not quite sure what you're doing with the easel card. I mean, it doesn't have to be an easel card, it could just be on the front of a card, but I just felt the way that the tail was, I just felt it lent itself really nicely to a circle. This is just some pattern paper I've had in my stash forever, but just the colours seem to work this time. Up. Okay, and then we'll stick these on here. Now, I'm going to cut, once I've done this, I'm going to cut the 3 pieces of the die in white stamping card, and then I will be using the Cosmic Shimmer, the pearlescent watercolor inks. There is one I'm using bizarrely. The one that isn't pearlescent is the one called Peacock Teal. But all the rest are pearlescent that I have used to colour in on the tail. Excuse me, what an itch. Ooh. So, and then I'm just going to glue on the bottom here and stick that on. The other thing I'm also going to do while I'm at it is I'm going to show you, I'm going to stick my stopper on now, and hopefully that might be mostly dry by the time we get to put the peacock on. Let's just stick those on. Oh, I obviously didn't stick those down. So we go there. That looks fine. A little bit of 3D glue gel to raise that up. We'll put that about there. Let's fold that back down for now. And then 2 bits there and there. Put those on. so. And these circles are just punch circles. So my smallest punch, like I used on the foldback gatefold card, and then I think that one's the medium. I don't think that's the large. Sometimes with the little circles, just don't see the point. I'm just too lazy to run them through my die cutting machine, so I do tend to just grab my punches. What am I looking for? Oh, that's what I'm looking for. My little pickup tool, just to put my pearls on. Okay, so that is our easel. It's pretty much sorted, and we can put that to one side, and that will be pretty much dry, if not completely dry, by the time we come back to it. So I have a piece of white stamping card. You could use watercolor card. You could use card specific for alcohol markers if you're going to color it in with markers. It's entirely up to you what you want to do. So let's oh, sorry, my words are just gone today. I'm going to stick this down with some tape and run it through our machine, and then we'll get our watercolor ink out and ready. Okay, get that through. I'm going to grab my mat. Okay. Ooh. I need longer arms. Let's just check that this is cut. No, it has not. So what I am going to do, I'm going to leave that one in as well, actually. I am just, because I think it'll be easier, I'm going to put the magnetic shim in this time and give it that little bit extra pressure. Let's see if it'll cut. It's quite an intricate die, like the chicken frame one that we used on the foldback card. It's quite an intricate die. So let's see whether the pressure worked. If not, then we'll have to do it again. See how we've gone. No, there you go. Just that sorted it. That did. That sorted it. Right. Okay. Let's move my plates to the side. And that is the issue with the pressure, is then you can see all the bits, excuse me, from the plate, and all the sticky is on that card. So there are kind of pluses and minuses for using the extra pressure. Let me get rid of that out of the way. So let's pop out the little peacock. There. Ooh. Oh, did I break his foot off? Oh, I did. Right. Oh, did I break his leg as well? We'll go with that. I think I can deal with that. That's me not concentrating on what I'm doing. No problemo. Not to worry. Not to worry. Oh, that one bit had already come out, hadn't it? That's the body bit. And then to the side, just in case I decide to recut that peacock. There. Run the brush over this. Okay. Quite an intricate die, this one. So pop it out. Let's get the rest of these little bits out. I've gone all quiet. Sorry, I'm just poking all these little bits out. There are lots of little bits and they can get caught sometimes like this. It's worth poking them all out.